Hey, what's going on YouTube and fellow apes? Watch this video to the end. You're going to like what I have to say about this article that I found and what I came about it, and what I think the real number is a lot closer to of how many apes are holding AMC. I think it's a lot more than they think, and you'll see why. But I bet some of you apes, I bet some of you guys were, going ape shit this morning. I'm just kidding. Yeah, it was kind of a rough morning for the stock, but we're gonna have those. It's all right. Okay, so I want you to take a look at this article that I found. I just took a snippet from it, but I think it really reflects the true number of how many apes are holding AMC, and it's outstanding. I mean, it's incredible, and they're trying to tell us this, but not tell us this. I like this. Okay, here we go. Okay, so this is an article from Bazinga, and it says, AMC Entertainment tops Q2 trends for Millennial and Gen Z. And then it says, a quarterly report from Apex Clearing shows what top owned stocks are among Millennial and Gen Z account holders, basically. And then it says, Apex Clearing tracked the top 100 stocks held by Millennial and Gen Z across more than 1 million accounts. Okay, so that's important. Just remember that. It's being quite restrictive. It's not being broad. It's not. They didn't go searching the broader market. They narrowed their search quite a bit. It says the top 10 held stocks in the second quarter of this year by Millennial and Gen Z users across Apex Clearing platforms. Okay. Apex Clearing platform is a clearing firm. They're the ones in between our brokerages and the exchanges, like New York Stock Exchange. Okay, they're the ones that handle the real business. So just keep that in mind, that it's being restrictive there too, along with the age of investors. Okay, the number one stock was, of course, AMC. And it wasn't just AMC. Out of 1 million accounts, 25% of those accounts held AMC. I mean, that's an incredible freaking number. A lot of you people thinking, well, 250,000, that's not many. It is when it's 25% of the entire thing. I mean, that's incredible. Look at Tesla, Apple, and Amazon. All three combined in the same exact tracking that they did. All three combined didn't even beat AMC. AMC kicked their ass. They only had 24.1%. And AMC had 25% of all accounts had AMC in it. So that's quite significant. So what basically this is telling us is that 1 million accounts were tracked, and it was restrictive. It was only for Millennial and Gen Z users. Okay, so it's only for people under 40. And is only on the Apex platforms. We'll get into that in a second, and AMC was held in 25% of those 1 million accounts. Okay, which is more than Tesla, Apple, and Amazon combined. The three tech giants. I mean, come on, this is huge. Okay. So what does this mean? It means out of only 1 million, there were more than 250,000 apes under 40 years old holding AMC in their accounts on Apex platform in Q2. Okay, so that's very restrictive. That's not being general, and that's not being broad, and that's not saying that there's 250,000 apes in the market. Not even close. So what is the Apex platform? Okay, Apex platform is the clearing firm that brokerages like Webull use. And the ones that I found that use it, and I searched, and these are the only ones I could find, but there's probably more, maybe more, I don't know. But there's Webull, Tastyworks, Public, M1 Finance, First Trade, and Alley Invest. Okay, and I looked up Apex, and they're pretty good. I mean, they have no ties to Citadel. I like them. They seem legit. Okay, a lot better, more so than the others. And there's other platform clearing firms out there, but they're specifically going for Apex platform. So those 1 million ones that they tracked can only be from one of these six, or all these six, or a combination of of those 6 brokerages. Okay, so, well, how many accounts do they have? Well, I looked it up, and the only information I could find was early in 2021 this year, Webull had about 15 million registered users, according to yourmoneygeek.com. Okay, so that's the number we're going to go with. They had 15 million registered users. They're kind of new, but they are popular, but they're kind of new. So 15 million registered users. So we'll take that as our average. We'll say that all brokerages have 15 million users, because they probably have somewhat close, maybe more, maybe less, not quite sure. But we're just going to go with that number, 15 million registered users, because that's the number I was able to find. It seems legit. Okay, so, the unknown, the 1 million does not include any of the brokerages outside of Apex. Probably because they use a different clearing firm than Apex, or they're self-clearing brokerage like Charles Schwab or TD Ameritrade. They can self-clear because they have the resources, they have the manpower, and they have the collateral to do so. Or you have a subsidiary that's a clearing firm for you, like a smaller company that you own also, but clears, does your dirty work. Basically, like Citadel LLC is using Citadel Securities and Citadel Connect for their crap. They use 2. Just like Robinhood uses Robinhood Securities and Robinhood uses Citadel. That's a whole different mess, and I'll get into that in another video, because it's all screwed up, but that's why I don't like it. That's why I like Apex, the middleman, because they are the ones that kind of make sure that the brokerages are doing the right shit, because they have to work both ways between them. So, and the exchange. So, okay. The ones that I found that are not on Apex clearing for sure, and these are big names. Okay, these are big names, and these are ones that I found, and I'm sure there's more, but there's TD Ameritrade, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, Interactive Brokers, Merrill Edge, Robinhood, of course, TradeStation, Vanguard, Wells Trade, Zacks Trade. I mean, these are huge names that have been around for a long time. So I'm sure they have at least 15 million registered users and accounts. So if we just average that with that 15 million users, do you know what that number actually gets us? That number actually gets us the number I was talking about earlier. And this is how we're going to break it. All right, we're going to keep things simple, and we're just going to take the averages. Okay, so if we have 15 million users on 17 of the brokerages that I just mentioned, averaging from that Webull number, that would get us, that would be 15 million users times 17 brokers. That'd be a total users amount of 255 million users in total. Okay, I'm sure it's way beyond that, and I'm sure there's more brokers than just 17. I know for a fact there is, but we're just going to go with these, moderate numbers. Okay, so if we go with that average, and with that amount of user number, and we take the same average with that 250,000 apes per 1 million, like it was in that tracker that this article brings up, you know what that would end up bringing us? That would end up with 63,750,000 apes under 40 years old. That's not including anyone over 40. That's still being selective under 40. So that'd still be almost 64 million apes holding AMC in Q2. That is a far cry from the 4 million that they were talking about. I mean, come on, that's insane. And I did the math, and if they say, oh, well, no, it was just a coincidence, most of the users are all on Webull. Well, even the 250 apes per 1 million just in Webull, though, just in Webull would be 7% of all of users on Webull. And I guarantee you it's a lot higher than that. So, that's incredible. I guarantee that's saying that we have 64 million conservatively apes that were holding AMC in Q2 of this year. It just ended. So that's the number that I was talking about, and that's a number that I think should be shared. 63 million. Come on, baby. That's my conclusion and my opinion. Fuck yeah. Solidify.